Hi, y'all. Cactus Jack here with Country Conversations, inviting you to come along and listen to my recent telephone chat. I got a chance to sit down with Richard Sterban from the Oak Ridge Boys once again, and he told us about the recent challenges in his life, and we challenged him to share some information behind his exciting new music. Richard Sterban is a country music legend, best known as the iconic bass singer of the Oak Ridge Boys, think oom-papa-mow. Oak Ridge Boys have been making music for over 50 years, and Richard has been right there in the middle of it for that time. With a career spanning multiple decades, Richard has seen it all, from the highs of sold-out shows and chart-topping hits to the lows of personal struggles and industry changes. Richard's life has recently had its fair share of challenges, and one of the toughest was the tragic loss of his buddy and music partner Joe Bonsall, plus some other members of the Oak Ridge Boys family and Richard's own family within a very short time. These devastating events not only affected him personally, but it also changed the makeup of the Oak Ridge Boys during their final lap as retirement nears. Richard and the group's members have had to find ways to regroup and refocus, and Richard had to adapt to these changes and continue making his music. Richard's passion for music is evident in everything he does. Despite the challenges he's faced, he remains committed to creating music that touches the hearts of his fans during this farewell tour. His resilience is a testament to the power of music to overcome even the toughest obstacles. Richard Sterban with the Oak Ridge Boys next.
Good morning, Willie Radio. It's Cactus Jack. Who am I talking to this morning?
Hello, Cactus Jack. This is your old friend, Richard Sterban with the Oak Ridge Boys.
Well, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing just fine, and I hope you're doing the same.
Well, I'm always tickled to death to get a chance to talk to you, and I've actually had some contact with William Lee I've interviewed him, talked to him a couple of times since I talked to you, and y'all have had some tragedies in the Oak Ridge Boys this past year, so it's really been tough on you.
There's no question about it. First and foremost, obviously, we lost our singing partner, 50 plus years, together. And that was a difficult thing. Joe was a special person. He was a big part of the Oak Ridge Boys and what we do. And losing him was a difficult thing, to say the least. We knew what was going to happen. We watched him fight this terrible disease for the last several years. And he fought it like a trooper, though. He really did. And then he got to the place where he just could not go on any longer. And he told us he had to go home and retire from the road. And then when he did pass away, even though we knew that was probably going to happen, it was a difficult thing to take. And so we've been trying to manage without him. And we've had some other issues in our group. Dwayne Allen lost his wife, Dwayne, our lead singer, on Easter Sunday morning. They were married for over 54 years, and wow. So that was a major loss. The same day, Easter Sunday, I lost my father-in-law. And that was not a very good thing to have to experience. And then just about a week before Joe passed away, William Lee Golden lost his oldest son, Rusty, and that's always a difficult thing for a father to have to deal with. Their father's never really prepared for that. So we've had a tough time, but I think we're managing, and I think the thing that's helping us get through this difficult time is the fact that we're still singing. We are not retired. We're still on the road working, and our music not only helps our fans, but it helps us as well. I think music is very healing in nature. It's very therapeutic in some ways, and so we're glad that we're still doing this farewell tour of ours, and I think being able to perform is helping us get through this difficult year that we've had to experience.
It sounds like you're dealing better than most people could possibly deal, and you got a new album out. You've got the Elvira project, which is a video of people. I don't even know everyone that's in there. Can you do you know off the top of your head how many people were in there?
The exact count, I don't think I can give you that. We just extended invitations to some of our friends in the music business, and people like Trace Atkins, and Larry Gatlin Brothers, Lori Morgan. We're an older act, so a lot of the artists were older artists, but they're friends of ours. And we had a lot of fun shooting that video, and Joe sang lead vocal on Elvira, probably one of the biggest records ever in country music, but we never made a video of that years. Back then, people did not do videos back in those days. So we wanted to do a video while Joe could still sing. When he's still well enough to do it, we were able to do that, and it's something very special that is out there right now. No question about it.
It really is special. It brought back memories, not just from the song, but I saw people, and like you said, Trace Atkins, the Gatlin brothers. I saw Deborah Allen there, and I don't know, there was a long list. I wrote them all down. Of course, I left the list at home. That's the way I do things.
And a surprise for us was Kid Rock showing up.
Amen. He has really turned out to be a treasure, has he not?
Oh, he has. And John Rich has become a good friend over the years. And the video was actually shot at his place right there on Lower Broad here in
Redneck
Nashville.
Riviera.
Yeah.
My adopted son plays there regularly. I've been in that place a lot.
It's quite a place.
It really is. Well, now, I listened again this morning. I've listened to the new album project, Mama's Boys, 3 times, I guess. And I have one question just to top this off. How did you get Willie Nelson to stay on task?
That is a great question, and it's one of the highlights of the album. Well, first of all, we're now being produced by Dave Cobb, and I know you're familiar with the music scene, to a point here in town, and Dave Cobb is one of the hottest producers here in Nashville. He's now producing the Oak Ridge Boys, and this is actually the 5th project that he's produced on us, and it was his idea for us to do songs that honor our mothers. The title of the project is Mama's Boys, and most of the songs not just honor our mothers, but the songs talk about the values that our mothers have passed down to us over the years. We were all raised in good homes, good Christian homes. Our mothers were godly women, and they always taught us to do the right thing, to tell the truth, to be honest, love people, and so all these songs talk about those values. And I remember Dave Cobb playing "I Thought About You, Lord" one day as a possible song for the album, and we loved the song. And he said, "You will never believe who wrote this song." And he said, "It's Willie Nelson." And so we said, "Wow." Our next question was, "Do you think that he would be willing to sing on the record with us?" Dave Cobb said, "Let's see what we can do." So he called Willie's people. They called Willie, and Willie immediately said he would be honored to sing. First of all, he was honored that we would record his song, and then he said he'd be honored to sing on the record with us. And there was only one problem, however. When the recording session took place, he happened to be in Maui. And we tried to feel sorry for him.
Poor Willie.
Really, poor guy.
Yeah.
But when he got back from Hawaii, he got into the studio and he put his part on the record, and so it's really, it was one of our bucket list items. We had sung with so many artists over the years, we had never sung with Willie. And so
King of duet, and you never got a chance to sing with him.
Yeah, so that's one of the highlights of the album, and it's really a great collection of songs. We've always tried to choose the kind of material that talk about good things in life. We try to shy away from negative stuff, and this album is right down the middle of that whole idea of songs that have good messages. Some of them are kind of lean towards the gospel area, and some are really good country songs, but they all have good messages, the kind of values that our mothers passed down to us.
Oh, as a listener, as a fan, the project overall kind of gave me an insight that I was not expecting. As a stepfather, as a person who has stepchildren, who has been involved in extended families, I think if a dad who's having problems dealing with stepchildren gives this a listen and kind of gets an insight into the relationship that children, not just boys, have with their moms. I mean, it touched me. The second time I listened to it, actually, was even more profound than the first time. And as a stepdad, as a stepfather, as a step-grandfather, you can kind of understand a little bit more about how mom reacts when those kids, when they come home and they need a meal or they need $20 or $100 or whatever. It really warmed my heart. It gave me a good insight.
Well, and I thank you for recognizing that. We've always tried to be the kind of act that tries to help people with our music. And in this day and age, of social media, we get instant feedback all the time of people telling us that they've had a family issue, as you've talked about, or gone through a marital problem, or maybe a financial issue, or maybe a sickness in their with their own personal self or someone in their family, and they tell us that our music has helped them get through these difficult times. And I think this album is a perfect example of the kind of music that can do just that. It makes us feel so good to be able to do this kind of music. Dave Cobb is a master at doing stuff like this, and we're honored that he's actually producing the Oak Ridge Boys.
If I can get the correct amount of time off, just in case you never come back to the Paducah, West Kentucky area, I've been looking at weekend vacations and weekday vacations where I could come and see y'all in concert and see the new songs from the new album live, I think. And I'd also like to meet the new singers.
Well, let me just throw this by you there. We are on our farewell tour. Yes, we are. And we're trying to go to as many places as we could possibly go to and thank people for allowing us to have such a great career, a 50-plus year career, and we've been doing this now for almost a year, but there's still a lot of places that we have not gotten to go to. And so we are now booking dates next year. So the farewell tour, we do not know when it's going to end. So we are not retired. We're still going to be around for a while. So you never know. There's going to be opportunities still to come for you to come and see the Oak Ridge Boys, and we love to see you in person. So, like I said, we're still going to be around for a while doing what it is that we love doing.
Well, last time I saw you do what you do was in Paris, Tennessee, about 2.5 years ago. And then I talked to you last year when you came to Paducah to the Carson Center for your Christmas tour. Joe was still with you at that point. And you guys just been such a blessing. And I'm not really a mainstream listener. I told you my favorite song that you all started out with was rhythm guitar. But I do love all the music that you do. And I'm looking forward to this. I mean, this may be my favorite project. Although I did like front porch singing a lot too. So.
Well, Cactus, thank you for saying that. Really, that's awful nice of you. You have been a good friend for a long time now. You are one of the guys that has played our records over the years, and you're one of the reasons we've been able to have such a great career. So thank you, and thank you for the kind words, as always.
I'll tell you one more thing I want to thank you for is you are now number 3 and climbing on my little YouTube channel. It's finally getting a little bit of leg. It's still very small, but the last interview we did that you allowed me to put on YouTube is now number 3 and climbing. You're behind T.G. Shepherd, and I forgot who the other one is, but thank you very much for letting me use this stuff on YouTube. It's really important.
No problem, Cactus. No problem whatsoever. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, my good friend. And as I said a minute ago, we're still going to be around for a while. Hopefully, this will not be the last time we talk.
That sounds good to me. But thank you very much for your time today. Again, anytime we can do it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Richard Sterban, legend, icon of the Oak Ridge Boys, the actual oom-papa-mow voice you've heard. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you coming in with us on Willie 102 and on Country Conversations with Cactus Jack.
Well, thank you, Cactus. Always a pleasure, my good friend.
Bless you, sir. We'll see you soon.
Richard Sterban's story is, as always, one of perseverance and passion and the power of music to heal and uplift. His heartbreaking stories are a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always hope. And there's more to Richard's early days as a singer, even including his travels with Elvis. Yep, Elvis. That story can be found here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts on Richard's stories in the comment section below. If you want to hear more inspiring stories, hang around with me. Check out our next video. It could be another country music icon. It could be somebody I just met in a restaurant. I never know. It's always a good conversation, and we love the stories with Country Conversations with Cactus Jack. We'll see you soon.